what are some of the biggest shifts you have seen in enterprise technology marketing in the last 2 decades of your journey? How does this approach change the way companies position?
How do you understand industries deeply?
Narrative, if everything was there out, you just had to make a story. But then you can't just make a story, right?
Industry marketing basically answers why us or your industry. But what AI is doing?
Because when I see so many tools, everything is a finger touch away. How do you personally use AI or content part of that AI over here?
So I would say I would keep it ABM. You are a strategic guy, you think strategic. In B2C, a lot of focus is in consumer behavior.
Marketing today is content or data. Hi, everybody. A very good day to you all. A very warm welcome to another episode of our Revenue Leadership Spotlight series, where we bring together leaders shaping how modern enterprises build markets, create demand, and accelerate growth. Today, I'm delighted to be joined by Suman Bhattacharjee, Vice President, Category and Industry Market at Xebia. Suman brings over 2 decades of experience in enterprise technology, marketing, having held leadership roles across organizations such as IBM, EY, LTI Persistent Systems from Pune, so that's our favorite, and Emphasis, where he has led global initiatives across brand strategy, industry marketing, digital programs, and marketing operations. In his current role, in his current organization, he is focused on shaping industry narratives, enabling growth through category positioning, industry led GTM strategies, and AI driven. Now, given these rapid changes in the enterprise technology markets, especially around AI, digital transformation, and evolving buyer journeys, there is a great moment and evolving buyer journeys. This is a great moment to explore how marketing leaders like Suman here and many others that we have seen through the series are adapting to the strategies to build stronger pipelines and deeper customer engagements. Suman, it's a wonderful journey to have you with us today.
Thank you. Thank you, Ipsita. And first of all, thanks for having me here. It was my pleasure. And great introduction to start with.
It is, your career is so diverse that it could have been shorter than this.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
My pleasure.
So you have had this remarkable journey, across all these, dream companies like IBM, EY to Persistent, and they're very contrasting in certain ways, very contrasting. Now, looking back at all these experiences, what are some of the biggest shifts you have seen in enterprise technology marketing in the last 2 decades of your journey?
Yeah, well, to answer this, when I started my journey and what we see now, it has evolved a lot. So, over the past 2 decades, if you see enterprise technology marketing, evolved from promoting the solutions, services, or products to
Yeah.
shaping, transformation narratives.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the companies today, when they are not just selling technology, they are telling the story of the future enterprise.
Yeah.
You see the shift and how they are doing. They are basically, shifting from, product or solution messaging to
Yeah.
business outcomes, from vendor messaging to, trusted advisor positioning. No more just, sporadical campaigns. It is always on digital engagement, from sales led to marketing led demand gen, from generic messaging to
Yeah.
hyper personalized industry narratives.
Yes,
um,
narratives. I hear all of them as narratives, and I don't think
yeah,
years back we were even using the word narratives. We were like,
yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
this is a content piece, and that's it. And what do you want? Do you want a case study? Okay, you'll give it, and that's done. So coming from that to the second question that I have for you is that many organizations are obviously moving towards an industry focused GTM model, rather than a broad service based messaging. Now, what really motivated you to move into it could be destiny, but having said then, what do you like about it, kind of thing, your move to industry and category marketing leadership, and
Mhm.
given that, how does this approach change the way companies position themselves in the market?
Yeah, absolutely. So I can go on and on this. This is very close to my heart.
Wonderful.
So basically, the companies that will win, in next decade,
Yeah.
in enterprise technology are not just those with the best technology. I mean, there are many companies with best
Right.
technology, right?
Right.
But how do you understand industries deeply and shape the categories that define the future, right? So
Right.
if you have your great at your technology, you're great at your services or products or solutions, but it is not inside out, right? It is
Yeah.
outside in.
Yeah.
How do you relate to the industries with your deep understanding with the industry? Because companies are categorized under industries.
Yeah.
Every organization who are really buying some solutions or services, they are
Hmm.
part of an industry.
True.
And every industry has got their own set of challenges, right? So that's the kind of intersection
Right.
where industry and category comes together, the perfect GTM happens, right?
Right.
So that basically, right, drove me throughout, kind of when I started my marketing journey and then slowly, kind of moved into category and industry marketing
Right.
in various organizations, what the roles I have played. It really one way challenges me.
Yes.
At the same time, it gives me an immense satisfaction end of the day that what I'm doing, it's really the way marketing should be for the enterprise technology, no marketing organizations or brand.
What was the challenging part in each industry?
So the challenging part is basically align it to the respective industries, right? I have one set of services or solutions,
Right.
right? Now taking that to a particular industry and align it with the industry challenges and make the
Requirement.
narrative accordingly.
Right. Is it,
That
was it only about narrative, or was it going back often to the solutions team or the packaging team, or the entire delivery team to go out? Did that ever happen? Narrative, if everything was there out, you just had to make a story. But then you can't just make a story, right? You have to deliver the
no,
story. So was that the
absolutely.
difficult part? Was that the difficult part? Or finding the narrative was the difficult part?
So it's basically aligning it with the business team and the sales team, right?
Right.
So industry marketing acts as a bridge between marketing and sales.
Right.
So today sales teams operate by vertical accounts,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. 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 They
And
do.
marketing needs to mirror that structure.
Hmm.
So it's
Hmm.
no more one single no value
Solution
proposition
and
or
yeah.
solution you fit into everything.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you need to really understand with the business team, with the sales team, what they are hearing from the particular industry,
Yeah.
from the kind of accounts,
Right.
uh, the challenges they are facing, the kind of uh, and what type of solution really makes them believe
Hmm.
that yes, this is what I was looking for, and this is what going to solve my problem.
Wow. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's where as I said, that intersection, the industry context and the category narrative.
Yes. Yes. Wow.
So industry marketing basically answers, why us for your industry,
Yes.
and category marketing answers what, why this solution category is now. So
So
that's the intersection I'm talking about.
having made this, what will an like if you're talking to another fellow CMO or a marketing or a architect making this today, what will an effective industry-led go-to-market strategy actually look like for technology companies? If there was a framework around, if you could set, what are the four things, 10 things you could set so that they would do it right, perfectly right?
Great question. So, as I said, the real power emerges when industry context meets the
Right.
category narrative, right? To
Right.
give an example, say, if I am going with a category narrative of, say, AI driven customer intelligence,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Now, if I go with just AI driven customer intelligence and keep telling everyone, we are going to do the AI driven customer intelligence, I mean, for a retailer, you will help me AI-driven customer intelligence, but how is it going to help me as a retailer,
Right. Right.
right? As a banking or insurance organization would ask, I mean,
Yes.
I have various challenges. How would it really help me those challenges, address those challenges?
Right.
Now the industry come to industry framing in
Correct.
the for the same category narrative. Say for
Right.
retailer, if I go with say
Hmm.
AI for hyper personalized commerce,
Yes. Yes.
I'm going to offer that to you.
Hmm.
For BFSI, if I go and tell AI for fraud detection, that is going to So I'm very sharp in my positioning, right?
Right. Right.
Very hyper personalized. Similarly, healthcare. Say for example, I'm
Right.
going to tell AI for predictive patient care.
Yes.
So that same narrative of
Yes.
category,
Right.
but I'm customizing it. I'm making it very hyper personalized for that particular industry and that particular organization,
Right.
the challenges they are facing, right?
So you're focusing on emphasizing on the power of hyper personalizing basically as an important pillar to have it right. Have industry
Yes,
led marketing strategy, of course, with the context that would probably be the
absolutely,
wonderful.
absolutely.
Now, we also, while you were speaking this, I understood that of course, there are many areas apart. We did talk about this part, but from a marketing perspective, where do you see AI having its biggest impact? Is it we just spoke about personalization, customer engagement, demand gen, or is it something else entirely? Where do you see the yeah?
Okay, yeah. So again, we all are talking about AI, and not just talking about AI. AI is actually
Yeah,
real, right?
yeah.
We are making it real. so
Really? AI
so
is, AI is hyper our mind, X times our mind. But tell me about it. Yes. Okay, tell me your
yeah.
thoughts. Yeah.
Yeah. So, say future of marketing isn't just data driven; it's intelligence driven, I would say.
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, marketing has always relied on data.
Yes.
It's not nothing new.
Hmm.
Uh, I mean, even if we talk a lot about AI and data, but it was always there.
Yeah, data
Marketing
was
was always relied on data.
true.
But what AI is doing
Mm-hmm.
is changing the speed, scale, and the depth of insights,
Right. Right.
right? The
Yeah.
same level of data, I mean, just forget, that you have the data has changed. No, just for a second, you take that same level of data. I
Okay.
I used to have, say, 10 years back, and same level of data I have now.
Right.
But what AI is doing, it's changing the speed of analyzing, the scale of analyzing, and the depth of insights it's giving, right? Which was not there before.
Right.
Same,
Right.
so with the same level of data, you're doing a lot
But
many things.
but also yes, that is there. But also, was it not required? Now it was much required because initially data used to come from few sources. Now the amount of
Yes,
sources have increased. The data,
immense,
yeah. So hence
immense.
probably AI was well required because you could have not done it anymore by traditional tools. But the
Exactly,
sources, the number of
exactly.
products that have come in, it's mind boggling when I sit to decide which tool do I want to use. I'm like, okay, which one? I hope AI helps use many tools. You know.
Absolutely, it's directly proportionate. I would say, say the data and AI,
Yeah.
right? So, uh, so now
So,
say no more reactive campaigns. I mean, it's more of a
yeah,
predictive engagement now.
right, right.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
So
so
much more accuracy. We were always talking the
much
same
more.
things, but it'll be more accuracy, more power. Having said this, I would like to ask you a question. Being a marketer, what is your favorite tech stack today? I mean, what components in terms, you can tell it in terms of brand names, it's fine, or else the classification of what kind of tools are helping you, your tech stack that you buy by, kind of thing.
So I wouldn't take any name,
Sure.
but so it's basically the, I would say, the ecosystem
Yeah.
of Martech. So Martech stack has evolved from just a few tools to
Yeah.
connected ecosystem.
Okay.
So this connected ecosystem orchestrates the entire buyer journey. So not
Wow.
today it is like your Martech system is set in a such a way, you any organization kind of tracking from the first touch
Right.
to the la- I mean, there's no last touch as such. I mean,
Right.
I would say it's a continuous, every touch
Yeah.
tracking, and it is not just, tracking in silos.
Hmm. Hmm.
So there is that every first touch, next touch, how this the one touch to the other touch, what happened in between,
Right.
how
Right.
happened in between
Yeah.
to the following touch. So everything is orchestrated. So that really, makes me, I'm more very much
Enthused with that.
fascinated this
Fascinated with
to
it.
make that ecosystem right.
And have you been able
If
to? Are you being able to? Are you working? I mean, is it how much percentage do you think you achieved this year of doing that, or is it being done already at your end?
so see, there is always a room for improvement.
Yes. Yes.
uh, I wouldn't say that any point of time I would say that, yeah, I have,
Done
this is
it.
100%,
Right.
ecosystem I have created
Right.
that's foolproof.
Right.
No, it keeps evolving.
But it's working for
So,
you. It's
but
working for
it's
you as
working.
of now.
Yes, yes.
Wonderful. Very exciting. But having said that, when you can find all your leakage points, you can find all the cause and effect. Having said that, does it become very difficult to put it into action or, because when I see so many tools, everything is a finger touch away. But knowing what to do, but actually being able to do from an implementation point of view, from making teams do it, do you see any challenges there? And if yes, then how would you work around that? Probably like a guide.
See, of course, when there are a set of tools, there will be challenges. There
Yes.
will be, kind of implementation challenges, training, ensuring that everyone is on the same page. The objective is really understood by everyone for a common goal, and run it, in such a way that, which is like, as I said, it is an orchestration of a
Yeah.
connected ecosystem, right?
Right.
So, that understanding that objective and running it accurately is a challenge, of course. It requires a lot of training. It requires a lot of course, investment. It
Right.
requires keep on learning the changes happening in the market.
Right. Right.
Today, some tool is offering certain things, but tomorrow something else would really change the game. So,
Very true. No, so while all
so
this happens, there are few people in the company who will be able to do it, who will be able to observe this
yes,
change, engineer the
yes,
change. But do you
yes.
think, I mean, today AI is moving at a much faster pace than we can work on it, and we'll take some time
Mhm,
adapting. While all
mhm.
of this is happening, is it, sometimes I feel the crux or the success will lie in making, simplifying and giving your team members a freedom and ease of doing things rather than everybody thinking on those lines. Now, do you see that pattern? Because you in leadership especially will be entitled to do that role, or rather ordained to do that role. So do you think that's something we should, or marketers need to focus on as of now with this speed?
Yes, absolutely. See, overdoing is again another thing that
Yeah.
may
Scary.
complicate the thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, true.
It should be anything. I mean, especially when it becomes more technical, right? More
Yeah.
technology driven. As a marketer, we are not techies, right?
Mm-hmm.
We are marketer.
Yeah.
Maybe we are tech marketers,
Yes.
but when it comes to the martech stack
Yeah.
and making it overcomplicated is not really the objective. Objective is, I have an objective to understand my customer
Right.
need, right? What they are looking for, what is exactly that I can, bridge that gap between
Right.
what they are looking and what we are offering.
Yes.
To do that, whatever is required, I always tell, as a marketer, we should not forget the basics of marketing, right?
Stay with the joy of
E-
marketing.
Exactly, exactly. I mean, all these are enhancer. Your MarTech, your AI, your various other things, right? Data. These are all enhancer enablers.
Yeah, yeah,
But if your marketing becomes using all this as an objective, then it's not marketing.
Then you lose your core. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Very well put. Very well put. So I think with this, one more question goes that if you had to allow your team to apply AI, and if there were few use cases you would recommend or you would allow them, which are the use cases you would start with? This helps the
So
general ecosystem, operating. Where should they start first? And yeah.
yeah, absolutely. So see the I from a you know, AI standpoint, uh, definitely I would look for market insights, right? That is one. How the market insights really helping me, you know, understanding the buyer buyer behavior, understanding the industry challenges and all that, because that's the basic.
Correct.
So
Correct.
that is one area or use case, whatever you say, that
Sure.
AI implementation or MarTech
Right.
implementation, that is one definitely. Other area is with those knowledge,
Yeah.
with those information data in place, how am I kind of putting it together to develop my content? So content development, complete it's not just writing I'm talking about. Of course, content writing, but before writing, there are a lot
Yeah.
research and thought process go behind,
Right.
right?
Right. Right.
So that is another, I would
Any
say, the
hack?
content part.
Okay, once you finish, I'll come back to how to do it, and let's go to the next part. Yeah,
No,
which
no. I mean, I was just saying that is one another big part where I would love to, ensure that AI implementation
can be
is
used. Definitely, how to use
prioritized,
the content research and the flow of it, and how to really use it in the right place. That's the second part. Perfectly well.
right?
Having said this, what is your way of using? How do you use AI for content? Because I was talking to somebody last, he was like, I use it how it's very personal thing how he used it. He said, I write the whole thing and I give it up and then say, do you see any flaws in it? Can you tell me some areas? And then they take it back and start writing again. Personally, I use it by when I need statistics data. Now, I could go a hard way and research everything, but why do that? When I make a case study or I write something and I am missing the statistics, I use it for that. So similarly, I would like to know, how do you, because you are into narratives. So how do you personally use AI or content part of that AI over here? I'm not, so data was a brilliant part. It's another way of using data, layers and cross. But in terms of writing the content or narrative, how do you personally use it?
Okay. So one thing is getting the information correct.
Right.
All the available research,
Yeah.
available data,
Right.
get, getting that through AI,
Okay. Same.
and then write it.
Then right.
And yes, after writing, make the little bit of, I mean, AI
Firm it up.
checks
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
terms of where I can make it a little better.
Right.
So
Right. So
that's
I'm doing
that's
it
the
right.
way I,
I'm
yeah,
glad
yeah,
I'm doing
that's the
right, following the footsteps.
no, no, we all are doing it. Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, wonderful. Then, if I come down to my favorite part, which is about, pipeline creation approaches. I've been doing it for now years for my clients, so I can't leave that. So just to ask you, which of your pipeline creation approaches are proving the most effective, whether it is the part where ecosystem partnerships or it is the account based marketing events. That's my new favorite, and the digital programs. Yeah, inbound, outbound. Which is your favorite pipeline creation approach? Yeah.
So see the again pipeline creation. Uh, if I have to take it, it's again a complete package, I would
Yeah.
say. So marketing is no more just brand, it's
Yeah.
brand plus growth, right?
Right.
So both has become a priority.
Right.
Now, earlier metrics used to be just impressions, clicks, and brand
Right.
recall.
Right.
And today, it has been added with your marketing source pipeline,
Yeah.
influence pipeline, deal velocity, and so on and so forth.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's no more just filling the top of the funnel. It's
Right.
actually
Right.
marketing is architecting the entire revenue journey.
Right.
So if I may say,
If I ask you
So
to rank,
pipeline,
then in that case, if I ask you to rank,
huh,
I agree it's architecting the whole thing. One
yeah,
definitely has an effect on the other.
hmm,
And of course, you have long term, short term, mid term goals, so they all have to be treated differently. But just on the top of your mind, looking over this whole last 1 year, probably, is the ecosystem
hmm.
partnerships that worked for you? Was it ABM that worked for you? Or was it events? Or they were digital programs that worked for you? I mean, just to know
Okay,
what happened last year for you. Yeah.
okay, okay. So I would say I would keep it ABM as
Okay.
at number one, because that is something really really worked well. So pipeline creation, when pipeline creation becomes a priority for marketing, you know, you should really, the organization, and this is what happening. This is what
Yeah.
the industry is moving towards, right? More account centric rather than lead centric. So when you account centric,
Yeah.
your pipeline creation becomes much more authentic,
Yes.
much more scientific, and much more,
Targeted, like exactly
targeted and
you're
result
there
driven.
where you really wanted, right, right. So is
Yes,
that reducing the focus on then ads, or is that reducing the yeah, that way?
I wouldn't say reducing. It is basically the your blanket campaigns, or your blanket go to market, that remains. But so account centric, your ABM is on one engine,
Yes,
and your non ABM, the overall always on
has
campaigns,
to
that's
be
another engine which run. So what happens is there is a flow as well from there.
right.
So your always on blanket thing goes on.
Yes,
From there, you slowly, you probably is creating a prospect, bringing a prospect from there.
because when you're
And
in
tomorrow,
ABM, you know what accounts you're on, but sometimes you what you didn't guess, when you didn't think which industry would respond to you, suddenly comes in,
suddenly
creating the
comes in, and
category
it may,
innovation, and then why did you
yes,
miss that? So you need to keep your doors open there.
exactly. And it may, further couple of accounts may flow into, ABM engine.
Yeah, yeah. And you don't know who's going to be your user. Maybe you never thought, and that became a category for you. So yes,
Yes,
I mean, especially now, when everything is so, the borders and the divisions are disappearing soon. Oh, wonderful.
exactly. And
I
it again depends on the organization priorities also. I
Yes,
mean, if organization is very much into existing,
yeah, yeah,
then ABM is, much more robust.
yeah,
And if organization has a net new
yeah.
priority
Approach.
as well,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Then
Very
apart
right.
from ABM, you need to go along with the other engine as well. You cannot stop the other engine. You have to have that other engine from where you will, tap on the
Yes,
net
yes.
news.
Very right. But having that you were in so many organizations of different nature, can I ask you this, that if ABM is so important, then identifying your accounts accurately is also that important, Given that they're
Hmm?
not given to you on a plate, and given that those accounts were not on your plate, is there anything you specifically use for, discovering these accounts or being very sure about why these accounts? Is there a strategy rather than just, yeah, what is it?
So of course, again, every organization has got their set of priority accounts, right? So you have a very, very top strategic accounts. You have in the mid level, good, after soon after that strategic, very few X number of strategic accounts. These are the accounts I would,
Yeah,
keep
yeah,
focusing on.
right,
And
right,
then at the tail, you have certain level of accounts.
right.
And again, the number changes. Your strategics are very few. Your mid layers are, medium number, and your tail accounts are much higher in numbers. And you have, different strategy, ABM strategy for these
Different, yeah,
different layers.
very true.
So yeah, I mean,
Aggregating
when it comes to ABM, when it comes to accounts, of course, it's a very very strategic in nature. not only for marketing, it's for the entire organization.
Yes,
And
yes, it can't.
marketing basically, kind of uh, supports, aligns themselves along with the overall organization strategy for those accounts.
Very true, very true. Uh, I think we've covered most parts I wanted you to speak about specifically. I think we started with last 2 decades, what has happened, It's a very difficult time to predict the future, but still I would like to ask, what is the most exciting thing that you look forward in the next, as a, in the role of this marketing leadership, how is that evolving in the next 5 to 7 years? What do you see happening to that?
So again, see, marketing from brand steward to growth leader.
Yeah,
So marketing leaders are, so CMOs are not just CMOs. CMOs are becoming chief growth officers. So, and of course, AI and data is at the core. The next generation of marketing leaders must be AI literate and data driven. No ambiguity there. And marketing is big. No, I mean, I would say the shift would be uh, from enabler, enabling function to the strategic advisor to the CEO and the board. That's gonna uh, change for marketing.
from here I would like you to suggest for young aspirants who are getting into this field now, anything that you would like to say there for them, what, entering enterprise marketing specifically, what capabilities should they be focusing on, and in an
Uh,
AI marketing world, to add that part.
yes. So again, as you have answered it partially for me, uh, so I would say for anyone who wants to pursue their career in enterprise marketing,
Yeah.
especially in the tech, in the tech space, I would say don't forget the basic marketing concepts because of various other things are coming. That remains same. It's and then your AI literacy,
Yes,
your
has to
data
come.
driven approach, all that you use
Yes.
for your core marketing concepts
Right, right.
to you know that the basic thing remains same. There is a customer, there's a
Yes.
segment, right? They have some challenges, they have some problems. Your role is to communicate how that challenges those problems are going to be solved
Right,
by a certain set of products, services, solutions, right?
right.
Now, in this whole process, this is a journey. This journey is supported by all the data, all your AI support, all your MarTech support, and so on and so forth, your channels, everything, right? The entire ecosystem, the partner ecosystem. So everybody comes together
Yeah.
to complete this journey.
So
So
it's like a hands-on guy.
yeah,
And
so need to be hands on. I would say this in this there is no shortcut.
right,
You need to understand the basic level of all executions, how things happen, how the in enterprise marketing, how things works, what doesn't work, how
right,
to do the bare minimum, very basic things, how to roll
right,
up those things. Then get into your strategy. You cannot get into strategy just one fine day
very true, very
and
true.
become a strategic guy. No,
Yes, yes.
you are a strategic guy. You think strategic when you know all the tactical stuffs.
Everything on the ground, everything on the ground. Goes
Yes,
back to the FMCG world. Yes.
absolutely.
On that note, I think it was an amazing discussion, but I will try to close it with some few quick questions. But before I do to the uber quick questions, I have one thing. We talked about innovation being the crux of every marketer, right? Despite the deluge of tools and AI and whatnot and a lot. So tell me something. We are humans in the end. We are consumers before we were enterprise, and we still are. And then we are part of an organization. Is there any particular concept from the B2C world or in that world which is very enthusiastic and very interesting, and we are yet to implement in a broader way? And you see there's a potential to implement it in an enterprise level. Do you see any particular trait or a trick or a strategy or a tool? Yeah.
Okay. So,
Like yesterday, we were talking about. I was talking to somebody. He's a very B2C marketer. I was like, hence it's fresh on my mind. Like, why don't we use jingles often? Why don't we just use jingles? You don't need to, probably, yes, but yes, you are a narrative guy. So tell me a little about which part do you think you can draw parallel and get inspired?
okay. All right. So, see, I wouldn't say there is any particular part or anything specific. I would say, see, B2C is business to consumers, right? The end
Yes,
consumers.
yes, yes.
Now, who are those consumers? They are human beings, right?
Very, yeah,
And
yeah.
then in B2B, there's a set of human beings who are taking these
True.
decisions and influencing.
Right,
So
right.
they are, end of the day, they are not some machine or something else taking
Right,
these decisions.
right.
Human beings, same human beings, maybe for different types of, maybe the value of the product or value
Yeah.
of the service is different from B2C. But when a human being taking a decision or getting influenced with something, if certain thing which works for B2C for influencing a human being,
Still says the
you
same.
can use the same thing. It needs
So I'm
not to be
asking you.
one
So I'm
jingle.
asking you. Yeah, give me something. Give me something that
Oh,
we can end up using quickly. Yes, anybody over here hearing this podcast.
okay. so
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 I try to ask questions which somebody can go and ahead and use it after that.
hmm, hmm, hmm.
Right, right.
So I mean, I would say,
So
say
just
in
yesterday, I
B2B.
saw this CIO event, somebody had been
Hmm,
invited. And
hmm,
this time, I mean, events are getting so much everywhere. No, everybody is being given flight tickets, even taken and stayed, and somebody taken to golf course. Now I was like, okay, this is happening. What next? And really the next came. This time I saw the platform which was arranging this event. It was the CIO and his whole family with him that day. And all of them are being
mhm,
posted. So, like you said, don't forget that he's a human being. He's traveling all the time, and this time his wife and his child are there in the event, and
hmm,
they are being focused.
hmm,
So something like
right.
this. Yeah, this was very interesting to see. और क्या देखेंगे?
Okay, I mean, see, again, I would say, same human touch. Like, if you are doing in B2B marketing, we depend a lot on events and all those stuff, right?
Right. Mm.
Now,
But now more than before, right? It's now more than
yeah,
before. Right? Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. Now, if you look at in B2C,
Yeah.
uh, one thing I would say, yes, in B2C, I wouldn't go into ads or these things.
Yeah.
In B2C, a lot of focus is in consumer behavior.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
A big part of B2C marketing is consumer behavior,
True.
studying the consumer behavior. I see in B2B, that's not at that level yet.
So it should
Of
be
course,
like,
there
but
are research, there are
what would be
a
it
lot of
made
research.
of? But what would consumer behavior in a B2B be? It'll be an aggregate of the
It
company
will
how.
not be consumer behavior, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah,
It
agree.
will not be as consumer. It will be a kind of, the, I don't know what name it would give. It's a kind of buyer's behavior.
So that
For
would be a combination of the person buying and the organizational DNA probably, and a factor of, how they behaved in the past. How does
exactly. A
very
very,
interesting.
very, very few select organizations may do that in a
Yeah,
large scale,
yeah,
but
yeah.
not all organizations,
Not
not
all.
all brands are at that level yet.
But
So I
this is
would
a
say
matter.
one that thing I would really love to. bring in a much larger scale if possible. Of course, there are a lot of ifs and buts there.
Yeah, yeah.
To it's not it's a lot
No,
of
but with
investment as
AI,
well.
we may be able to. We may be able to add the
We may
organizational behavior
yes,
plus the person
yes,
behavior and what changes because of
yes,
the influence of each other,
yes,
and then have it. Very
absolutely.
interesting, very interesting. So with this, I think I will ask you the quick questions. Let's see. I hope it's fun. I'm doing it first time with you. Let's
Oh,
see.
so
So AI, okay? AI, it's a tool or a toolmate? Tool or a
it's
teammate?
a
Yeah.
it's a platform. I wouldn't say a tool. It's a platform. It's a teammate. Yes.
Okay, okay. Marketing today, I know you said about it. You are fond about both the things. I could sense that, but still you have to choose. Marketing today is content or data.
Data-led content,
Okay, okay. So growth is partnerships or it's paid ads.
partnerships,
Enterprise sales, it's a relationship or ROI proof.
relationship. If you have relationship, the other things will fall in place.
Yes, that's the biggest thing. On that note, Shuman, this was an amazing discussion. We did touch upon various aspects, and specifically, I think for the first time we spoke about industry led, and that's different from the other talks we have so far shooted in this series. So that was an awesome bite for all our here, audience here. So thank you so much, Shuman.
My pleasure. Thank you. Thanks, Ipsita.